You are welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tuntum Network. We have a special guest in the studio. This is the guy who handles Nana Kwame Bediako's New Force official page on Facebook. He's in the studio. And we have Otik, our regular guest, also here with us. My brother, welcome to Tuntum Network.
Thank you so much, Tuntum.
Nice one. Otik.
Honorable.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Right, let's begin with you. Tell us your name first of all.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Ofe.
Emmanuel Ofe.
Yes.
I see. So what do you do for the New Force officially?
Okay, so I am the Facebook page manager. I see to the updates of the Facebook page. Yes, and the copywriting and all that.
I see. So tell us where it started from and where you are now with the Facebook page. The story behind it.
Okay, so I knew Nana Kwame Bediako from afar. And I knew about his real estate projects. And then especially in his interview with Wadimaya and how he explained himself about African development and all that.
Right.
So at a point where I heard about his political ambition, and then I listened to him and what he has for Ghana and African development, I felt myself that this is what I have been expecting and this is what I have been waiting for. So then I decided to have an initiative on my own. Already, I do manage some people's Facebook pages and other social media platforms. I said, well, let me do something. And that was how I started. I created the Facebook page and I named it the New Force Movement / Freedom Now. And I said that
the
I'm
New
going
Force Movement / Freedom Now. Okay.
And I said, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to pick some photos and videos of Nana Kwame Bediako's political vision. And then that was how it started.
So then it started just a few months ago.
Yes. So not a few months ago. I think it was when he started was the ending of last year there, when some of these political campaigns started. So it was somewhere ending December 2023.
That's where you started.
That's where I started.
So officially, are you paid to do this?
No, even at the moment, I'm still not being paid for that. It's a voluntary action.
Wow. And have you met the guy?
Yes. So it was once. I haven't even met him to have an interaction with him. It was once that I spoke with him on phone about a specific issue, but meeting with him one-on-one. The other time I went to his office, he was in a hurry, so then I couldn't even meet him, but I saw him and I greeted him. He's very calm, very respectful.
Nice. Otik,
Honorable.
the New Force. He's working for the New Force for free. What would make a person work for the New Force for free?
What would make someone work for anyone for free?
Right.
Because I think Nana Kwame Bediako, right now, he's the main man, the talking point of the youth, especially because
on social media, especially.
Exactly, because everyone wants a young man because he's very young, and he's a very successful person. You understand, and success itself attracts a lot of people in a country which is economically struggling. You understand, so with the success, I believe it's automatic that everybody root for him, but for him working free for Nana Kwame Bediako, that is something that is a bit, obscure to me because I don't understand why are you doing it for free.
Okay, so in my own, I've looked at how the Western politics looks like. It looks like the people will give the delegates something or the people something so that they will buy them to be able to follow them and accept them. That is the African way. Okay. But in the Western, if you consent to a particular ideology or you like somebody, you rather give your resource, your everything to support the person to become a leader. Okay. And then when I saw Nana Kwame Bediako and his political ambition, I said, this is something that I must give myself out.
So are you saying you are not expecting anything from him?
No, I'm not expecting anything from him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because one thing I know about politics is the people even following the masses when it comes to these political people is they know what they are going to benefit. Especially, I'll speak for Africa. I don't know about the Western world because I'm in Africa. The reason why people follow these political parties is we are already struggling and this person wants power. If he can help you fix a few problems of yours, maybe when he comes in power, he'll give you this X amount of money. When he comes to power, he puts you in this position and you become comfortable. What will make someone stop following this person? You understand? Because already, the economy it's something that is really, struggling, and so far nothing has been done. And these two political parties, especially NDC and APP, they've made promises since 1992 that when I come, I'll do this, when I come, I'll do that. But it's all promises. And right now, we have someone who calls himself the new force, says freedom for the people. He also has a manifesto talking about
economic freedom for the people.
Exactly. He's talking about economic, which means he's going to develop the country so that we become self-sufficient.
Right.
My question is, and I believe Mr. Cyrus or Mr. Tutum is also rooting for him. Right?
Yes, I am.
Exactly. So my question to you is, what makes you think he's any different from the NDC and the MPP?
Well, first of all, when you enter into the political space, all we can look at is either your track record of what you have been doing with your life, whether before politics or after politics. All right, so if I look at the NDC's candidate and the NPP's candidate, I know what their track record is.
Okay.
The candidates themselves and their political parties together. When I look at Nana Kwame, what I see is a private individual who is successful in real estate and other things.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, that is the only thing I can use to judge him.
Okay.
And I know how difficult it is in Ghana to prosper in the real estate industry.
Okay.
Buying a land in prime locations alone costs so much.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't just buy those lands. He has developed them. Now we have serious edifices on these lands.
Okay.
So I look at all of that and I try to make meaning of it. I say, if this guy without government funding, if this guy without government contracts, if this guy without holding an office in politics can do this as an individual on his own, and remember, in order for you to achieve this success, you should be someone who is driven, all right, who knows how to manage and supervise.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that is lacking in this country, supervision.
Yeah.
For him to supervise over these projects and get it to where it is now, it gives me that credential that yes, if this guy can do it for himself privately, then I can trust him doing it on the national scale. So even though they are all making promises at this point, I'm looking at what promises these guys are making at this point, what promises they made us in the past, and how best they were to achieve those promises. When I look at the NDC and the MPP, I see their track record. Majority of the promises they made Ghanaians were not achieved.
Okay.
But Nana Kwame is a fresh guy off the table, and I think people should give fresh people the chance. The reason is very simple. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. If you, for instance, you Otik, if you happen to find yourself in a situation where you are competing against or with people who have mileage in terms of social media or anything, and people what do you call, they look over you, they don't pick you, they don't choose you, because they say Otik has no experience, and for that reason they don't put you in whatever they are doing. It will sound or look as if you have been discriminated. You haven't been given the opportunity to perform.
Definitely.
And that is wrong. Everybody deserves an opportunity. And the guy has put himself up there and said to himself, listen, I'm going to do this with my own funding. I'm going to pump in X amount of money and make sure I bring in people around me to help me get to where I'm going. At this point, he could have done anything, whatever, with his money. But he chose to put it into politics. And that is a lot of money.
But don't you think him being a businessman and with so much investment he's made right now venturing into politics, don't you think when it comes to business people, I have a feeling that when you put your money into something, you expect returns.
And that is the kind of people we need in this country.
Exactly. So you expect returns.
Listen, that is the kind of people we need in this country. We actually need people who run Ghana as a business and not as a philanthropy or a charity thing. When Kwame becomes president, God willing, he is going to approach government business just as he approached his personal business. Whatever investment he makes into whatever project, he will expect an outcome. That is what we need. We don't need to make investment into project and come back to the people with hands in the air.
But do you think he will put the country first before him? Because as a businessman, you expect because he already has his personal life.
Right.
Do you think he's going to put the economy, Ghana, first? Because he
has no reason to be in politics.
He has no
rich.
Reason. So why is he in politics?
Hold on. He's rich.
Uh-huh.
He's not looking for. He's rich.
Yeah.
And when people are rich, they can easily live a comfortable life on their own.
But don't you think when you are rich, you always want more?
No, the guy is rich and he's already getting more wherever he is before he came into office.
Maybe he becomes president, he'll get more. What do you think?
No, what I'm saying is this. It is, look at people who are super rich and choosing to live the lifestyle they are in to chase after political office. The attitude is always different. The reason is simple. It is so hard. It is something that you cannot be guaranteed of winning an election. It is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because he can always make more money as a private individual. And it's even easier that way.
Really?
It's easier.
Yes, if you are the president, you have more checks and more eyes on
Yes.
If you are the president.
more checks, more eyes on
Sorry, do you hear what he just said?
If you are the president,
Right now, he's not a president.
no, what he's saying is, right now as a private businessman, he doesn't have all these people scrutinizing what he does. He doesn't need to be audited. He's his own boss. He doesn't need all this scrutiny. He doesn't need all these checks and balances. Even if he has squandered money, it's his own money as a private person. But with the moment you become president, it is a state thing. They are looking at everything you are doing and to open himself up to scrutiny.
To open himself up for scrutiny.
Yes, and that is very difficult.
Really?
Yes.
Because sometimes I feel, with him being a business person, when I become president, it will give me more power. That is, I have a lot of resources in my hands to be able to expand whatever I have, because I have a business already running. And I don't think when he becomes president, he's going to collapse his businesses that he's already doing.
Definitely not.
Exactly. So when he gets all the power and all the resources in his hand, don't you think it will give him more authority to control so many things?
No, so becoming the president will give him power, but the power that he has is in check.
There are accountable to the people.
Yes. So the possibility of him using that avenue to enrich himself more is very, very limited.
But Mr. Cyrus, Akufo-Addo is accountable.
No, you are getting it wrong. Akufo-Addo is out of a system. He's a part of a system. Let me break it down for you.
Okay.
When you are part of the MPP or the NDC, it's a system that you guys are running.
Okay.
What it means is your team as members of parliament, cabinet, and you the president, you know how to do whatever and make money to support that system, the NDC or the MPP system. So they work seamlessly together to make that thing happen. When Nana Kwame becomes president, he has no system. Whether he's doing the wrong thing or the right thing, they can cover it some way, somehow.
You can get the judiciary.
The judiciary, whatever, that everything works in your favor, especially when you have majority in parliament. But when he is the president and he has no members of parliament, these guys are going to scrutinize every little thing he does. So he wouldn't have his way like a regular MPP candidate or MPP candidate will have their way. No. Totally different.
So when they scrutinize him, do you think it's really going to take that much effect, even though he's president? Because you are the final.
That will make it worse, because every small thing he does, they will blow it out of proportion. If he touches this and he doesn't touch it right, they'll bring it to parliament, they'll put it in the news every day, they'll talk about him until they make him totally unpopular.
And I think that if he is being voted for, I mean, we will have one of the best presidents who would deliver the best for the people. Because just like Tuntum was saying, if you have a larger number of people in the parliamentary,
parliament,
so there are certain things that you might want to do that they will back you and they will cover it up for you. If issues come up with when it's legal issues and it goes to the judiciary, you have some people over there that you appointed, and they might be able to cover for you. In this case, Nana Kwame Bediako, people always sometimes even ask that. So when he comes into power, how is he even going to, cooperate with the parliament, because he doesn't have parliamentarians and all that. So that means that his checks is very, very high. And we are bringing a man that, because his checks is very, very high, when he comes, he's going to deliver the best for us. For me, that's what I think.
The way you are rooting for him, he's going to deliver the best for us.
Yes.
It's like you already believe that whatever he's saying, he's already done it.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to deliver the best for us. Already, I know what he's bringing on board.
You know what he's bringing on board, but has he brought it?
So that's why you have to give him the chance so that he will come and deliver whatever that he has for us.
But
So it's up to you and I to give him the chance.
Do you think if you are given the chance with the right system, the right team, the right equipment in media, do you think you can do so much?
Oh, of course, I can do so much.
Do you think you should be given the chance?
Sure.
Okay, let's compare you to one of the biggest TVs or the production companies in Ghana. One of the biggest. I don't want to mention it.
Okay.
If the two of you stand head to head and one person can be picked, one company will be picked, would you feel comfortable with you being ignored because you are an underdog?
I wouldn't feel
all the
comfortable.
time?
No, I wouldn't feel comfortable because
It works like that.
exactly.
No matter the plans you have, no matter the size you are, whether you are now coming up or whether you are already big or whatever the case is, people must give you the chance.
Okay.
And this is a competition where the big ones have been given the chance severally.
Okay.
It's not like the big ones are just coming. They are not just coming. They have been here for the last 32 years. All right?
Okay.
They've been in, they've been out several times. So at this point, we have seen what they can do at the apex of their performance,
Okay.
and what they can do when they are at the bottom of their performance. But this guy is a new guy on the block. He deserves all the chance,
Yeah.
so that we can judge him on his merit and not be just speculating. What if, and can he not? No, we have to grant him the chance, just as every young person coming up deserves the chance.
But why is it that I don't know if it's because when he decided to run for presidency, the GRA came with an issue about him owing an X amount. I don't want to maybe disclose whatever it is. Do you believe that story? Was it true that he actually owed them that X amount of money?
I believe the day you decide to run for an office, someone will come after you.
And if they come after me, is it the truth or they just made it up?
When they come after you, whatever is there they are looking for, even if there is nothing there, they will get something to say. Listen, people who are not up to anything, who are not seeking anything, who are not running for anything, they are always at peace. You will never think you have enemies. You will never assume people hate you or dislike you until you begin to chase after something meaningful.
So
and
you
then
feel
also
that was
I
the
think
case?
that they are mere allegations, and if truly there's an issue like that, you take it to the legal means.
Yeah.
There's the court, you
Yeah.
take the person there, and why would you even want to publish it and all that? So just like Tuntumi is saying, it's just an agenda just to tarnish his image, and that is how the African politics is.
But
That's how the
why would they
Ghana
do
politics
that?
is.
Like, why?
They did it to Trump, President Trump. They indicted him so many times, took him to court.
Yeah.
Things that everybody does, hush money. All the politicians do it in America.
Yeah.
Trump does it, they take him to court. It is what it is. The moment you want to run for something people think or people want, everybody wants, and you also want to take it, and especially when the people think you stand a higher chance of getting it, no, they are not going to allow you to have it easy.
And you see, more is even coming up. They will. I'm sure.
By the
that now they
time
are
we get to
planning.
one day before the election, something worse will come up.
They are planning, but they are mere allegations. So it comes. It is part of politics.
But why doesn't he sue them? Because you are tarnishing my
No,
image.
you don't have time to sue anybody right now. It is after the elections. Even against the two parties, the Baumia and the NDC, they have issues against one another. They are waiting till the night before to blow it. You realize that 2 days or 1 day before the
Oh,
election,
yeah, definitely. They are always.
then all the media is talking about one particular scandal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that one is true.
So those things shouldn't deter you. As a businessman, as a man on a mission, these things are things you expect to come your way anyway. So once you set out to go for something, you know that people are going to come. When they come, what am I going to do about it? That is more important.
But a man like Pakwesi Indom, Mr. Cyrus, with his personal life, I hope you remember.
Yeah.
Dr. Kwame, wasn't he doing well?
He was doing very well.
So why is it that Ghana will never give him a chance?
Pakwesi Ndum came. Pakwesi was the right candidate, but he came at the wrong time.
What made it the wrong time?
This would have been the best time for Pakwesi to come this year, but he would be too old. If Pakwesi was around 50s or 40s and showed up 2024, would have been the best. The reason is simple: social media wasn't vibrant when Pakwesi came,
Yeah, that one is true.
so everything was depended on the digital
The
platform,
local media.
and these things have been taken over by the politicians. All your TV and radio stations, they have bought them. They have them in their pockets.
Okay.
So he had to run on the same platforms, and they were not getting his message across. If he had come this time, Park Wesindum, by this time, and he was younger, and he had done all these banking things still running for him, at this point, he would have had more mileage ever than any politician.
So which means the time he came,
it was wrong, but he was the right candidate. But he came at the wrong time.
And you see, on the other side too, we are looking at a young, vibrant person. We are saying that we have been having the promises of these old people, and it's enough. We've had enough.
But why is it that it's like Nana Kwame Bediako, the youth are the ones actually rooting for him? So why?
Because one, he is youth, he's young, he's vibrant. You know that if in a regime where a military takes over a country, they don't owe you anything.
No,
they are not accountable. They do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But in the case where you put someone in a position or you give power to somebody, then those people must become accountable to you because you granted them the power.
Yeah.
And in your own small way, as a delegate or somebody down there, how can you contribute to bringing somebody into power? That's how come I started something like this. And I know that this is what I'm doing to bring the person into power. At a point in time, I know that I gave him power and he must be accountable to me.
Exactly.
He must be accountable to you.
Yes, because he supported his cause.
So if you question him,
yes,
he should respond. This is where we should bring our politics.
That is what we want the young people to get now. The shift in mindset about politics, not somebody not the politician influencing you.
You contributing
to
what they become, so that you have leverage.
Okay.
This is what I always tell you: build yourself in your small corner. Bring value to the table. Let people value you. When people value you and what you do, they will pay the highest for it. And when they value you, they don't disrespect you. And you can always query those people. What he's doing for Nana Kwame at this point, free of charge.
Yeah.
All right? When Kwame should win the elections, which I hope he does, when he wins, he knows that this guy on his own contributed to what he did. So at that point, if Kwame wants to compensate him, totally allowed to do that. And if Kwame wants to give him whatever, it is totally good to do that. What I'm saying is, this is the right course to take. You don't need to always be chasing after politicians, asking for money and all of that. Sometimes you just build yourself in your corner. If you believe the person, continue supporting the person. Let the person identify the value you bring to them. And when they call you, you have the leverage to negotiate for whatever you want.
I see. So which means your reason is his beliefs and the core value he carries.
I'm investing into it.
That is why you are rooting for him so much.
Yes.
And you believe he's the man Ghana needs right now.
Exactly.
Let me ask him a question. Let me ask you a question. On Facebook, when you post videos of Nana Kwame, when you post pictures of Nana Kwame, in the comment section, what kind of comments do you receive?
Generally, I can talk about the fact that this is the man who will bring us jobs. So it means that the youth are really looking at someone that will bring them jobs. And we cannot attest to the fact that that is what we need at the moment, jobs. And the other aspect has to do with they can relate with a young person. It looks like they've had enough of these old people and their promises and all that, so they can relate with him because he's young. And then the other aspect has to do with they believe that most of the comment has to do with he is very organized. We call something Gen Z. He has that kind of modern quality. Yes.
Modern lifestyle.
So that aspect of modernization and quality in everything that he does, this is somebody that when you give the country to him, modernization, urbanization and everything is already in his eyes because of the things that he has already established in his real estate. When you look at his buildings, the quality in his buildings, the quality in the things that he does already. If you give the country to him, there's no doubt that we will have quality.
So you believe MPP and NDC, is it because they are too old? Because they are always old people running. So you believe they don't understand the
MPP thinks
they don't understand
the MPP think Bawumia is young. They say Bawumia is young.
That's what they say.
Yeah. In comparison to John Mahama, they say Bawumia is young.
So they are just comparing the two.
Yes. And that is what pisses me off. Whenever you have a discussion with an MPP person on national issues, whenever you have a discussion with an NDC person on national issues, the bottom line for these people is now comparing themselves. They end up comparing, but we were better than these guys.
That is their comparison.
They never compare themselves with countries that we started with around the world that are actually performing better than us. They end up that the NDC didn't do this, that the MPP didn't do that. This is why we need a totally new person.